Robin.
Hanging with Jim Florentine today. Meet the Creeps, Volume 3, out today, featuring Club Soda Kenny. I got my copy. I can't wait to go home and check this out.
You got to see the bit where it's on my website, jimflorentine.com, where I'm in a wheelchair playing a comic in Vegas on one of those big stages, and Jameson's heckling me. And I tell him to fuck off. He's like, oh, really? He comes on stage and throws me off the stage in the wheelchair into the crowd. Because he's like, I'm funnier than you. And I'm like, I'm just trying to do my job. And then he picks the mic up as I'm laying there. And he's like, so how about these penny slots in Vegas? He starts doing an act as people are trying to pick me up and put me back in the wheelchair.
And no one recognized that was you?
No, I had a bad fishing hat on. And I was all, no, they didn't know. We did it a couple of years ago, but they had no idea.
And how did you set it up with the club? I
knew the club, and a friend was the MC. It was like an open mic night on a Monday night. There was like 15 people in the audience.
Wow.
Nice.
Brutal.
And he dumps me right out of the wheelchair. It's beautiful.
Give me one more bit from Meet the Creeps straight.
Club Soda Kenny, we go into a pizza place, me and Jameson, we say, how much is the pie? The woman goes, $15. I'm like, wow, that's a lot. I go, hold on. I call another pizza place. I go, can I order a pie? Club Soda Kenny comes in as a pizza guy with another pie right in front of the girl at the counter. Someone order a pie? I'm like, yeah. I go, how much? $9.99. She goes, you can't get a pie. I go, well, you guys are 15. He's only 9. She goes, well, you can't eat it here. I'm like, well, you guys got tables at, his place on. She goes, you can't order a pie.
Wow.
So then we look at it. I go, oh, there's no pepperoni. So Kenny's like, hey, miss, can you put some pepperoni on this pizza, please?
That's awesome.
And the funniest line is he goes, and she's so aggravated. She's like, fuck you, get out of here. He goes, come on, miss. One pizza guy to another.
Like there's some camaraderie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's awesome. I love that bit.
That's fucking
very
funny,
cool.
man.
It's on jimflorentine.com. Anywhere else you could get it? Probably when you hit the road, right?
Yeah, I'll hit the road, yeah.
You're selling them after your shows. This weekend, Hartford Funny Bone for Jim Florentine, right?
Yep.
All right.
Long Island in April, Bolton Center, and then Mexicali Cafe.
And also, you're a really good one to follow on Twitter. Not all you comics are good to follow, like Anthony has brought up, but Florentine's a good one. What's your
Mr. Jim Florentine.
It is.
MR,
Okay.
Jim Florentine.
I knew it was a little
Mr.
different.
Jim Florentine.
Mr. Jim Florentine on Twitter. Definitely worth following. Let's get Stephen Lang in here, please.
Yes.
Mr. Lang.
White,
Hi, Stephen.
White Irish drinkers.
We're a little behind
How you doing,
tonight.
man?
I apologize.
Pleasure.
You had to sit in that green room a little longer than you wanted to, I'm sure.
It wasn't green.
It wasn't green.
No.
It's just a crappy
I don't
office.
know why they
was a
call it
green
that.
room.
I don't know why the hell they call it
You
that.
lost your green room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. It's an office now. That's this company,
How did it feel to be in one of the greatest movies of all time, sir, Avatar?
Pull that headphone down
Yeah.
for him with its side.
You all right?
I hate those headphones. They should be.
Did it pinch your ear?
There you go.
I'm good. Sorry, what was that?
How was it like to be in one of the greatest movies of all time, Avatar?
It was good, man. It was a great movie. It was a lot
Good
of fun
gig.
to do. It was a good gig. It was.
When did you guys know that
first class all the way?
When did you know it was going to be as big as it turned out?
I guess after the first week or so, when it just
Kept going
sort of
and going.
rolling.
When it grossed millions upon millions
Right.
of dollars.
Well,
I guess.
we did the opening. The first opening was in London, and people went just berserk for it. So
Yeah.
we had a clue then that it was pretty good. You know.
But that's easy. I mean, when you were filming it, did you have an idea that maybe this could be something?
No, we thought it might crash and burn.
Yeah, because a lot of it in front of green screen.
You know, we were getting trashed all over the place on the internet, for one thing, which, you know, those guys with
Oh, yeah, the geeks.
Cheeto stains on their fingers and shit.
Wait, you get haters too?
And they were calling, Smurfs, dances with Smurfs and stuff like
Dances
that.
with
And, you
Smurfs.
read it
I
enough,
didn't hear
it's
about
like,
that
you start going, no, I hope not. But then when I saw it, I knew it was kicking.
Yeah, because that was that's a big one. What about, and you saw it the first time in 3D and everything, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched it with Jim, and we had a screening, and it kind of, I hadn't seen anything. We just work on it. When you work on it, it's all sort of disembodied and
green
stuff,
screen.
and-
What are you
Yeah,
looking
sure.
at? Dots
and
on the wall.
I was just, I was pretty blown away by it.
Now, the one thing that's pretty obvious, you're obviously in good shape, but in the movie you were a lot bigger.
I was about 30 pounds heavier then.
Damn.
Oh, so okay, because we were trying to figure out if that was special effects or what.
No,
You're just-
it was
No,
just
no.
a lot of hard work. I got up at 4 every morning. I was in the gym. I ate a lot.
So you had to beef up for the role.
Yeah, I just got really,
Protein,
really big.
a lot of protein shakes. And
Yeah, I was lifting
Eating like
very,
8 meals
very
a
heavy
day.
weights, and since then, I'm playing stuff that's a little leaner
Different.
right now.
Right.
So I wanted to
Yeah, wouldn't quite work if you were big burly guy
Florentine, you
and
think you
what
could
you're
do
playing
that?
now?
It's just, well, it's hard to keep the muscle. It's easy to keep the weight.
Right, right.
But it's hard to keep it in the right place.
That's some discipline. You think you could do that? Get all ripped for a movie role, Jim?
For the right price, absolutely.
For some Avatar money.
Yeah, Avatar money, absolutely.
When you get old, though, like me, you just, you wake up early. So it's
Is that it? You just get up early?
easy, yeah.
Just to take a piss.
As long as I'm up, I might as well wake up.
I might
Be
take a
doing
little
something,
human growth hormone, HGH.
Yeah, why not?
Along the way, you
guys-
take it for 6
A lot
weeks.
of
Who
guys
cares?
tried to turn me on to human
Really?
growth hormone. Oh yeah, and I mean, it gets results, but
Yeah,
I
apparently.
don't like to do needles for one thing.
Yeah.
And it's, just didn't
That's so
seem
funny,
right.
the character you play in Avatar, and it's like, I don't like needles. They hurt. Now, White Irish Drinkers?
Oh yeah, it's a new one.
And what is this about? I'm intrigued by the title.
It's a cool picture. It's a little indie. We did, which sounds patronizing, but it's not. It was made on on the cheap. But a beautiful script. Really, it's a quote coming of age story. It's two brothers, 1970s Brooklyn. I played a father, a longshoreman, alcoholic, abusive, but and they're trying to break out. One of them is kind of attracted toward the dark side, crime, and the other one, he's a good boy. And it's sort of an age-old story. It's kind of a tribal story in a way, but it's played out really charmingly, I think, and audiences dig it.
That sounds cool.
We're going to open it on Friday, and opening a couple of theaters in New York, a couple in L.A., and then they're whatever they're doing with it, trying to build
That's
the
kind of the new thing to do is like just kind of smaller films, limited releases, cheaper budget. You go from Avatar, like the biggest budget corporate kind of movie, and then going to do an indie, just open it up in a few places.
Whatever it is. It's one of the actors in it with me is Peter Riegert, from Animal House, great. Peter
Right,
that's
yeah,
right.
we just saw him on one of the news programs.
And Peter says when the camera rolls, they all cost the same, and he's right.
Yeah, that's true.
I think so.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Oh, that's interesting. Because we saw him the other day, and we're like, oh, I wonder what he's been in. And they actually showed some old clips from Animal House too.
And Karen Allen, who is also in Animal House, plays my wife in it, and she's
damn,
wonderful.
Wow, look at that. Bringing them together
That was the
again.
one that Donald Sutherland was banging, right?
Yeah, Donald Sutherland was having sex with her, and he walked
But
in on them.
Donald Sutherland is not in White Irish
He's not in
Drinkers.
it.
No,
He's not in that
I did
one.
a picture with Sutherland years ago with Charlie Sheen, actually.
What movie was that?
The Shadow Conspiracy, it's called. You don't want to miss it. It's
Okay. I'll look for it on Netflix.
It's a real stinker.
It was the opposite of Avatar.
Now you know your stinkers when you see them, or
I shouldn't say that because I didn't see it.
oh, okay,
You didn't even see your own movie?
But I could smell it a
You
mile
knew
away.
it. You knew it was coming.
He played Babe Ruth too.
Really?
Yeah, he played Babe Ruth.
91. I did that for NBC. It was,
Oh shit!
and it's a wonderful movie.
Been in a few things, haven't you?
And another situation where you had to gain a lot of weight. But
I did.
that was soft weight. You didn't have to fucking lift for Babe Ruth.
I was 189 because the movie started in 1919, the year he got sold to the Yankees from Boston. He was 189 pounds at the time. He put on the weight during the ensuing years, and so then we used
with
these sort
enlarged.
of graduated pads.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have to
do
get
it.
yourself all fat.
Well,
That
I
would've
was
sucked.
I was heavy.
Yeah, heavier than you would have liked to have been.
Yeah, I was pretty.
You ever worry
chunky.
about your health when you have to do things like that? Like, I'm kind of boosting my cholesterol over here.
I got to say, back in the 70s and 80s, I really did not worry about my health at all.
Yeah, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah. Having a little bit of fun, were
Because
you?
I thought I was immortal.
Yeah. Well, you're doing all right.
I'm still here.
You're still
anyway,
here.
you know.
So,
Yeah.
how'd you get into it back then, into acting?
Oh, I just, as a kid, I'd watch things like The Lone Ranger and Robin Hood and Sergeant Preston of the Yukon, and I thought, I want to do that,
Sergeant Preston of the Yukon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I missed that one growing up.
I don't know that one either.
I just wanted to, and watching Errol Flynn movies. It was just guys, people jumping around with swords, bows, and arrows, and riding on horses.
Sort of appealed to you.
Kissing Olivia de Havilland, which I have not gotten to do.
In like Flynn.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
In like Flynn, baby. That's right. Exactly.
And I saw that you were the guy. Now, we played this clip a lot that was on Larry King when Larry King had his famous misquote of "You can't handle the truth."
What did he say? It's true. What did he say? Larry was a great supporter of that show. I was Colonel Jessup on Broadway with the thing. And Larry loved the show. He had me on, and he misquoted it. And
he really misquoted it.
Yeah.
I think it was you don't know the truth, or you wouldn't
You don't know what you're talking about. You wouldn't know the truth if you fell over it. I said, well, actually, it's you can't handle the truth.
I'm trying to find the clip.
That's it.
It's a classic. We miss Larry.
He was
we used
great.
to beat him up all the time, man.
I tell you, I did him fairly recently, and I did it. There were like four of us. It was Cameron and Sigourney and Sam Worthington and myself, and Larry was great. He orchestrated it beautifully. I mean, the guy could do a great interview, I think.
Yeah. He was kind of. Like with lines like that, he wasn't so good. He would come apart every so often, but he did know how to handle an ensemble interview.
You got to forgive him, though, don't you?
Of course, the guy's been in the business forever.
Actually, you don't have to forgive him.
Well,
get out of the business.
We could forgive him, but we could also play the clips of him because it was
very entertaining.
We've done that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh boy.
I see that Liz Taylor passed away.
Yes, we seem to have
sad.
lost Liz Taylor.
The only experience I ever had with her was I was on a plane with her one time and engaged eyes with her, and I can tell you that she had the most beautiful eyes I have ever seen on an actress.
She always had a lot of people have said that.
She was extraordinary. Her and Lucille Ball, most beautiful eyes.
Beautiful when Richard Burton wasn't putting his fists into them, I guess. You know how it goes. Well, hey, he wasn't known as the nicest guy to be married to. What am I going to say?
Look, he's giving us...
Elizabeth.
Not quite Camelot at that house.
He's giving us a nice moment.
Well, it was a nice moment. I was just trying to bring a little reality into it.
I was saying something nice about Liz Taylor. And
I know.
Of course, it had to turn to shit like everything.
We all know she took a few to the face. But we don't have to tell her.
Richard Burton was,
Who didn't? Who hasn't?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Come on, especially in Hollywood.
Well, let's move
like
on.
The thing to do.
Stephen Lyon's like, I'll play a little bit, but you do realize I was an Avatar, assholes.
I got Conan the Barbarian as he shamelessly pitches his project.
I was reading that too. Now, what is this about? You're going to be in Conan the Barbarian?
It's coming out in August. I'm Kalar Zim, the baddest ass warlord who ever walked the planet.
All right. Well, that's pretty cool.
Anyway,
who's Conan?
His name's Jason Momoa, and he is good. He's a total stud. He's the kind of guy that women are going to love, and guys are going to be non-threatened by. They're going to like him as well. I think he's going to big.
Yeah, big guy, and of course, obviously, he's going to be compared to Arnold because that's kind of a.
Yeah, he is, but he's very different. He's big, but he's much lighter than Arnold. Arnold was kind of blocky.
Just a tad.
Would that be a way to put it?
Yeah, a little bit.
This guy is. I just think he's great. He's really barbaric too. He's a total.
Where was that? Where was that film?
We made it in Bulgaria, which is where you go to do barbarian films.
Is that where you go? I never knew that.
A lot of roasted meat there, and stray dogs.
Is it harder to? Because I would imagine doing something like Avatar, you're treated pretty nicely, a nice trailer and things like that. Yeah. When you're in Bulgaria filming a movie, I would take it like
They took great care of you there.
Yeah?
They took wonderful care of me there. I enjoyed it a lot.
Is there a Bulgarian Film Association that comes in?
Bulgaria. Yeah. No, but they have great crews there. They work really hard because, there's a heavy-duty unemployment, so they're thrilled to have the jobs. But there are a lot of great craftsmen. It's a good place to make a picture. I think it's got its challenges, of course, but I've been in many worse places, believe me.
Really? Where's like the worst place you had to film?
Hazard, Kentucky. Sorry.
Really?
I did a picture with
Worse than Bulgaria?
Yeah, I did a picture with Seagal down in Hazard, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And,
which film was that?
It's called, it's a little number called Far Down Below.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was one of his later ones.
Yeah. Yeah, Fire Down Below.
Fire Down Below. Aptly titled, I might add.
What made that part of Kentucky worse than Bulgaria?
I think it was the town itself was based on a feud, was founded on a feud, like a Hatfield-McCoy type thing, and you could actually feel the kind of the negativity and the hatred in the air all the time there, and nobody, the entire time I was there, nobody was ever nice to me.
Oh, shit.
And I lived in a place, and it had this weird name like, you know, the Fleur de Lis, or some sort of French thing down in Hazard, Kentucky, and there was a yellow jacket nest on my window, so that was a bad thing also.
Yeah, that's can't open the window.
But that was, you know, maybe they've cleaned it up, maybe they've solved their problems down there, but that was not a
Probably not.
place.
If it's based on a
so.
feud, I don't think they clear that thing up in a few years.
What did you like anything about Bulgaria before we move on?
I loved Bulgaria.
What'd you do when you weren't filming? You get to check it out a little bit?
I worked out.
That was it?
Pretty much. I read a lot. I walked on Sofia, which is the capital. I went to all the things to see there, and that took an hour and a half. And
Oh, really? What's the big thing to see there? I don't even know.
Well, the cathedral, I guess, and they probably have some relics there.
Yeah.
You know, some bones or something. But if you get out into the countryside, first of all, the Black Sea is beautiful. Of course, I wasn't there, but I'm told.
So I'm told.
And there are lots of wonderful fields there, you know. That's a lovely field out there. Look at that. All the grass and everything, and many goats.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
Well, it sounds nice.
It is. It's a lovely place. The people are splendid. The food is, you know, it's okay.
It's all right.
It's okay. But it's a good place to make a movie.
Is the beard for a role very Hemingway?
This is for Terra Nova.
It is
my new thing with. It's a series for Fox, which Spielberg is producing.
Well, that's that's pretty good.
It's a time travel.
What's that
James
about,
Cameron, Steven
What's that about,
Spielberg?
Mister Involved in a lot of stuff right now?
Yes, it's like I'm busy. Hey, listen, I'm riding a wave. What can I
Hey,
tell
please,
you know?
that's great, man. What's that one about?
Don't break my balloon.
No, please.
It could end at any time.
You know, it's funny because we were talking about Arthur before, and Dudley Moore did Arthur too, and it was really bad. Like at that point when he was rolling, he only had a couple films under his belt. Do you take that Arthur 2 with a shitty script for a few million, knowing it sucks, but you cash in now?
Well,
answer is no.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, I believe the answer to that is no.
What if they came to you with?
What if there was a Fire Down Below 2?
Well, go with Avatar, obviously. What if?
Well, Avatar is going to be a monster.
Yeah, that would be a monster.
There's Avatar 2 and 3, which would be readied even as we speak.
Definitely.
Did you already do your part for Avatar?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
Well, I shouldn't say we because ostensibly I'm dead.
Right.
Right.
You know,
They bring you back. You were too
never
good
know.
in Avatar.
You never know. But
you don't know.
thank you.
Sure.
They bring you back.
Well, who knows? But no, I think you got to be careful about what you do. I mean, and as long as you know the reason, you do something for money, that's one thing. You know, you do it for location, that's another thing. But basically, I do things right now. Like I did, I certainly didn't do White Irish Drinkers for the money, and I didn't do it for the location, which is Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Which I can go there anytime I want. But the script was so moving, and the role was so challenging to me. It was a spooky role for me to play because this guy is a fairly dark character, I think.
Who plays the kids?
The kids are terrific. Boy, the new fellows. Young guy is Nick Thurston and Jeffrey Wigland, and they are just splendid. Actually, brought tears to my eyes when I saw the work that they did, because to see young guys and these kids are sort of looking up to me on the set, but I got so much from them. It sounds kind of Pollyanna, but it's true. I just thought they were great.
Yeah,
and I think they're going to do really well in the business.
What's the Spielberg project you were just talking about?
Terra Nova. It's a series, time travel. I play Commander Nathaniel Taylor.
That sounds pretty cool. I like time travel stuff.
Yeah, I travel back 85. It starts in the year 2149, and I travel back 85 million years through a little tear in the time
85 million years?
That's what I said.
Jeez, that's going back a ways. Okay,
85 million years, and I found a colony called Terra Nova. And I attempt to, create a new civilization and fight dinosaurs at the same time.
Damn.
Wow.
It's a hoot. It's great.
Wow, damn. No, believe me, I like.
It'll be. It starts
time
next
travel
fall.
shit. It's great.
If there's let me ask you, if there's an apocalypse, do you have an escape plan?
You're talking about the comet?
No, I'm just talking about like a real escape plan, because we were talking about that
making
before.
fun of me.
Right
Anthony,
now?
yeah,
Like a go bag. Do you have a go bag?
Oh no! But I worry about apocalypse now because my career is going well. You know,
So something's got.
it's like that T-shirt. You know, nuclear blast going off, and I got a thought bubble going. How will this affect my career?
Yeah.
I don't. What are you going to do? I mean, where are you going to go?
Well, that's just it. I have no idea.
I'll go home.
Will you just go
See, I
home?
told
I'll
you.
go home.
Just
I'll
go home.
I'll go upstate. You know, and,
Upstate, all right.
upstate.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
We'll go upstate, just away.
Pour a couple
Away.
of vodkas with my wife.
Ah, there
We'll
you go.
Toast each other. Have a
Captain
little.
Morgan.
Have a little. You know, something to eat.
That
and,
sounds nice, right? Yeah.
There's
What
no
are you-
boats in your
everybody's
escape
worried.
or anything like that, or
Boats.
satellite phones.
Where? Where are you boating to? I mean, look.
Don't look
first
at me,
of
look
all-
at that.
first
He's
of all-
making, he's
first
making
of all,
fun of me.
There's likely to be a lot of water involved if there's an apocalypse.
Ooh,
wouldn't you
that's
say?
good point.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be on the seas.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Well, you gotta think of these.
That's a
things.
good one. I thought of the satellite phone,
What
the
are you
weaponry.
doing? What's the satellite phone?
Show 'em.
Hey, how
Well,
are you?
just in case you got to call somebody and you don't get cell service.
Show him. Show him
See,
your
I have.
satellite
Well,
phone.
he's seen satellite phones before. It's probably. Yeah, I have a satellite phone because I got lost hiking with a girl once, and I vowed that I would never get lost again without some kind of communication. So I have a satellite phone now. But it's also good just in case you have to get in touch with somebody if there is some kind of catastrophe.
No, you're right. If you're walking along and you get your foot caught in a bear trap,
Right.
and you should be able to call somebody if you're too much of a wussy to cut your own
To cut,
foot
my,
off.
to cut my own foot off, but I wouldn't be able to do that. Although
Wait,
I do have
you have
things
the
in my.
saw? You have the chainsaw?
I have the saw and a medical kit and everything. It's a go bag. It's something to grab real quick just in case the proverbial shit hits the fan.
If something apocalyptic does happen, are you going to go for the chainsaw? Will you
A little
feel-
too messy and noisy in Hollywood. I'd rather just stick to a couple of 45s and, things like that. Yeah. My bottle of Captain Morgan,
Oh, yeah.
a little Coca-Cola.
Captain is making a comeback. I've
It
noticed.
really
Have you
is.
seen this?
It's such a great beverage. I really do
it
enjoy
is.
it.
And that's a good word too.
Yeah.
Beverage.
Beverage.
Yeah.
Because it's not just a drink. It's so enjoyable in so many ways.
I love Captain.
Yeah.
I do.
And the vodka. He likes the vodka.
What kind
too.
of vodka do you like? Any in particular?
I like Kettle One.
Kettle's good, yeah. Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I love Smirnoff.
Smirnoff?
I
a lot
mean,
of people.
it's a really good vodka. I know.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, that's
It
old school.
consistently wins in taste tests.
Ah,
The
well,
Smirnoff vodka.
Smirnoff.
Smirnoff is good. And I like to say it also.
Smirnoff.
Give me Smirnoff.
Very good.
No.
Where are you originally from?
Queens.
You are from Queens.
Queens, New
Oh,
York.
damn.
What part? What-
Queens guy there.
What part? A lot of Queens guys.
Yeah, Queens. I'm from Jamaica States. It's a very
Jamaica.
nice spot. of
Jamaica.
Queens.
Yeah. So were you, Mets fan, I guess?
Well, I came up rooting for the Yanks, and then the Mets came, and I, of course, started to root for them. But I never lost my love for the Yankees.
For the
'Cause,
Yankees, yeah.
also, I'm of that generation. Casey was the manager, right? For the Yanks. And then Casey went over to the Mets. So it was sort of a,
Yeah.
a very natural thing. And you have to understand that the Mets represented no sort of a threat to the Yankees
Right.
at all. I mean, it was possible to love both teams. And in the Mayor's Trophy game, I used to root for the Mets. And when they met in the World Series, of course, I root for the Mets. But I still, I love the Yanks.
Yeah, I've always been a Yankee fan, but if the Yankees get knocked out and for some reason the Mets are still in it, I would root for the Mets.
I never subscribed to this, you got to root for one or the other.
Yeah.
You know what I love? I love New York. I really do.
There
I'm
you
from
go,
New York,
see?
and if it's New York, I root for it. That's the way.
Do you,
it is.
so you remember then in Queens when the Jets were playing at Chase Stadium?
I do. I went to the game. I remember
I used
Bronco.
to go to those.
Joe Willie. I remember when they were the Titans.
Emerson
for God's
Boozer.
sake. Boozer and Jim. What was his name? Sherm Plunkett, who was the only
Plunkett.
300-pound lineman in the NFL at the time. Right.
It was really weird thinking that I watched football at Chase Stadium, though.
Yeah.
After
I went to one game. I saw the Denver Broncos and the Jets play.
I remember going to a game. My dad took me, and I was horrified in the bathroom because I had to go to the bathroom, and it was just a giant room with a trough in there, and I was just like, I don't like this, all crowdedness.
You know, that's a very apt metaphor for Shea Stadium, which I've always characterized as the biggest municipal urinal like on the planet. You know,
it's about the size of it.
Now that it's gone, I don't miss it at all.
I thought you were going to get nostalgic for a second.
No.
Have you been to any games at Citi Field?
Yeah, I like it. I actually like Citi Field. I've sat in a number of places, and it's a pretty good ballpark.
And you knew Yankee Stadium? Been there?
I haven't been there.
It's beautiful. I mean, a lot of people are like, I don't like the idea that they're tearing down these older stadiums and putting the new ones up. They're beautiful, and they kind of build them with a very retro look to them, and really, you could see the game, you could hear the announcements. There are places to shop. You know, they're making money off of it, I know, but I just think it's a lot more comfortable. Why the hell should you sit, not be able to see the game, not be able to hear anything? It's uncomfortable. You can't get anything to drink or eat. So I kind of like these new ballparks.
Well, I mean, I think it's fine. They rebuilt it. I mean, I guess it would be very tough for Fenway or for
Wrigley Field
or Wrigley, for example, to do that. But Yankee Stadium, I don't know. I miss it. It was, but whatever.
Yeah. It was one of those things where you're like nostalgic for 2 seconds, and then you go to the new one, and you're like, okay, screw the old joint.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
There's no line in a bathroom.
Yeah.
To piss at a trough. All
ample bathroom space.
It's an amazing place. Holy shit.
Where do you live now? Is it?
I live I live half in Manhattan, up in Harlem, and way up in a little village.
Way up
in Columbia County.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is quite nice up there.
That's
come
getting out of the. You're not like a city. You're not really a city guy.
I'm in town a lot. I love the city, but I love to go up there. My wife loves to be up there and gardening and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. How does that work when you're on a movie set? Does your wife come with you? Are you gone for a few months?
Well, she didn't come to Hazard, Kentucky.
Right.
Lucky her.
She came to Bulgaria for 4 days.
Right.
I was there for 10 weeks. She said, should I come? I said, come for no longer than a week. But going to Australia next month, and she's coming to Australia.
Oh, wow.
For the time. So it's all about location, and we're together a long time, so it's not like we're going anywhere. You know what I mean? I mean, if I don't see it for 6 months, it doesn't really
it's not like you're going to come home and she's going to be gone.
It only makes it better.
It makes it better, absolutely.
Is this the first time to Australia, or?
No, I did a picture there about 10 years ago, and then we were there filming the first couple of episodes in November and December, right before the fiasco, the catastrophe.
Yeah, because they had their earthquakes and floods and everything else. Amazing.
Terrible there. Yeah, we had some bad weather. We went to a place to film. We went thousands and thousands of miles to encounter the worst weather possible.
Perfect. Yeah, always happens. You the people that's one place like I always wanted to go. It seems like the people are really kind of cool, especially to Americans.
They like us there.
Yeah.
And which is nice because, it's easy to go to a lot of places on the planet now where we're not
the ugly American. Yes.
But they like us there a lot, and they're not unlike us in a way. There's something kind of, I don't know, they're very embracing, they're very gregarious in their way. They're a lot of fun. They're good people.
Well, kind of the same kind of people that were thrown out of where they came from, and like England, of course, common. Get out of here.
There's a lot of prisoners.
Hit the road. Yeah. So I guess I always wanted to go down there though, but boy, that trip just seems like a bitch. You must first class it, right? No coach for you.
Well, it's part of my deal.
Yes, it's part of my deal, Wade.
That's my deal. That's my deal. Well, wow, what a lot of projects. And looking forward to your resurrection and Avatar 2.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not saying anything.
You mean Avatar 2?
Avatar 2.
Avatar 2.
Let's make it official. He's going to be an Avatar 2. We all know.
Nothing official.
Come on. Don't blow the gig for him. Stop it.
Give us a scoop for once. We need a scoop from one of you guys.
The minute I know, I'll give you the scoop. But
and I just want to say Tombstone, of course.
Oh, well, law don't go around here.
Damn.
Mr. King.
Yeah. That was a good movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's not forget
that was a damn
Tombstone,
good
man.
movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Where
Anytime
was
that
that
one's
filmed?
on.
Where was that filmed?
We filmed that. We were in Tucson for about 4 months. We used to film in a little town called Mescal, which is about 50 miles away.
Wow,
that was quite a shoot. That was real old time in that shoot.
Yeah,
it was.
Great movie though.
Only
Anytime
time
I
I ever ended up in the hospital was after that shoot.
Really?
I had a barrage of kidney stones because I realized I hadn't had a drink of water in over 4 months. Living on tequila.
All right, I like this guy.
I think he likes his drink.
I'm good now, but that was method acting to
I'm good now.
To the stupid.
You know, you have to.
Yeah, but we got to mention Tombstone, of course. Stephen Lang, very cool.
Stephen Lang, White Irish Drinkers. That's out this Friday.
Friday, yeah, it's going to be open. Go see it. It's a good picture.
It sounds cool. I like the smaller films these days, to tell you the truth.
But it's got a big heart. It's got a big heart.
That's cool. Big heart. What a great selling point.
Wow.
You got to come back and see us, all right?
Thanks
Very
for having
cool,
me
man.
on, fellas.
You're
Stephen,
local.
thanks
Come
so
on,
much,
great to
man.
be
Here.
And Florentine, I think we're done. So meet the
Yeah.
creeps, JimFlorentine.com, Mr. Jim Florentine on Twitter, and Hartford Funny Bone this weekend.
This weekend, I'm doing a podcast, too. You can find it on my website, too.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Go to JimFlorentine.com for everything.
Great.
Stephen Lang, thank you.
Thanks,
and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Rob,